In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate, peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, the greatest guide for humanity. Today, we reflect upon the deep spiritual wisdom inspired by the teachings of Hazrat Sultan Bahoo from his famous book Ain-ul-Faqr. These teachings are not only about religion, but about life, purpose, inner peace, and true success. Hazrat Sultan Bahoo begins by reminding us that every spiritual journey must start with humility, gratitude, and complete trust in Allah. Before seeking knowledge, status, or recognition, a person must first recognize the greatness of the Creator and accept his own weakness. In today's world, people chase money, fame, and comfort, but very few chase peace. True peace does not come from what we own, but from what we surrender. When we surrender our ego, pride, and selfish desires to Allah, our hearts become light and calm. This is the first step of Faqr. Faqr does not mean poverty or having nothing. It means freeing the heart from the love of the world, greed, jealousy, hatred, and arrogance. A true fakir may be rich or poor, but his heart depends only on Allah. He trusts Allah more than money, people, or power. A person who depends on Allah is rich even if he owns nothing, and a person who depends on wealth is poor even if he owns everything. One of the greatest enemies of human beings is the ego, which constantly says, I am better, I deserve more, I am important. As long as ego lives in the heart, Allah's light cannot enter it. A heart full of pride cannot receive guidance. Faqr teaches us to break the ego and accept that without Allah's mercy and guidance, we are nothing. When a person realizes this truth, he becomes free from jealousy, fear, stress, and competition, because he knows that Allah is always with him. Hazrat Sultan Bahoo explains that the path of Faqr is narrow and difficult. It is full of tests, patience, and sacrifice. Many people start this journey, but very few complete it, because it requires changing one's lifestyle, habits, and desires. A person must leave sinful actions, wrong company, arrogance, and laziness behind. Spiritual success cannot be achieved without discipline and sincerity. One cannot walk toward light while loving darkness. One cannot seek Allah while disobeying Him. This path demands honesty with oneself and consistency in worship and character. It also requires guidance, which is why Hazrat Sultan Bahoo emphasizes the importance of a perfect spiritual guide, known as a Murshid. A Murshid is not someone who seeks fame or followers, but someone who connects people with Allah. He helps purify the heart, correct mistakes, and strengthen faith. Following a true guide requires humility, patience, and willingness to change, which is difficult for proud people, but necessary for spiritual growth. Another central teaching of Hazrat Sultan Bahoo is the power of Zikr, the remembrance of Allah. He teaches that a heart without Zikr is spiritually dead, just as a body without oxygen cannot survive. Zikr cleans the heart, removes darkness, brings peace, and strengthens faith. When a person remembers Allah regularly, his anger decreases, his patience increases, his fear disappears, and his confidence grows. Zikr is not only with the tongue, but with the heart. When the heart remembers Allah even in silence, the soul becomes alive and strong. Along with Zikr, Hazrat Sultan Bahoo stresses the importance of good character. Pride, jealousy, greed, hatred, showing off, and arrogance are poisons for the soul. They destroy inner peace and weaken spirituality. True Faqr means purification of character, replacing hatred with love, pride with humility, greed with contentment, and anger with patience. Hazrat Sultan Bahoo does not teach people to leave the world completely. Instead, he teaches them not to let the world enter their hearts. A person can work, earn money, build a career, and support a family, but he should not become a slave of wealth or status. The world should be in the hands, not in the heart. Success should make a person grateful, not arrogant, and failure should make him patient, not hopeless. This balance is the true meaning of Faqr. A true fakir lives with complete trust in Allah. He works hard, plans wisely, and uses his abilities, but after doing his best, he leaves the results to Allah. He does not panic in difficulties, complain in hardship, or lose hope in failure, because he believes that Allah knows what is best for him. This belief gives strength in pain, peace in uncertainty, and stability in chaos. In the end, the teachings of Hazrat Sultan Bahoo remind us that life is not only about surviving, but about connecting with Allah, with truth, and with purpose. Faqr is not weakness, but the highest form of strength. It is freedom from fear, greed, and dependence on people's opinions. It is living only for the pleasure of Allah. When a person walks on this path sincerely, Allah opens doors that he never imagined, grants peace that money cannot buy, gives honor that fame cannot provide, and blesses him with happiness that never fades. Real wealth is faith, real success is closeness to Allah, real power is self-control, and real victory is victory over the ego. May Allah guide us to this beautiful path of Faqr, purify our hearts, grant us sincerity, and make us among those who truly remember Him. Ameen.